Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour we are going to be learning some vocabulary. Should be interesting. What we're going to be doing is looking at verb meanings of nouns. My teaching experience for English second language learners very frequently, I run into words which are well-known nouns and English learners understand. They're very basic nouns, and English learners know them as nouns. What they don't know is that many very basic day-to-day nouns, which when you conceive of them, you conceive of an object, a person, place, or thing is a noun. What they don't realize is that they have verb forms as well. So today I will be teaching you vocabulary, but I do not have a list for you. I do not have exercises for you. I have nothing because you, the students, are going to give me the nouns. Again, very basic everyday nouns. We're going to look at different categories. We'll start with parts of the body. I'm just going to ask students for a part of the body and then ask them if this can be a verb. And we'll discuss it and try to form a sentence to see how the verb works so we can make sure we understand the meaning. So, in fact, you will be supplying the lesson plan. Well, I have the plan, but you will be supplying the material today. And I think you may be surprised at how many new verbs you already know, but you don't know you know. Anyway, that's the plan. So let me welcome students to the class. Hello, Ramon. Raymond, or
Hello, Oakley. How are you?
Ramon, right? Oh, hi.
Yes.
Hi. Ramon. Welcome to the class. Okay, and also hello to Keiko. Hi, Keiko.
Hello, teacher. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. Nice to see you again.
Nice to
Also,
see you too.
thank you. Also, Matuz has joined us. Hi, Matuz.
Hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. All right. Nice to have you with us. And also, I'd like to welcome Savio. Hello, Savio. Hi there.
Hi, teacher. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm okay. I'm good, Savio, but I'm not sure about your connection.
Yeah, it's better now talking to you.
Yeah, hopefully it'll clear up. It's a little shaky right now. I can hear you, but it's, you know, a little bit of the robot thing going on. It's you know. Hopefully it'll get better. Okay, let's get started. Before we start, actually, let me just welcome any other viewers out there in Verbling. Plenty of room in the class. So come on in and join us. Don't worry about, even if you're a little late, I don't really care about being late. Just come on in and join us, and it's not you can join anytime. So, all right, I am here. Here's the material for the class. I'm going to share it. Here it is. As I said, I don't have any because you will be giving me the material. We're going to start with parts of the body. All right. Very simple. Now, possibly you're going to give me nouns for parts of the body. Possibly the particular part of the body that you give me will not have a verb form, in which case we will move on. Don't even worry about it if you think it does or doesn't. Just your job is only to give me a noun with a part of the body, and then we'll talk about it. So, Ramon, part of the body, any part of the body. Face, head, arms, legs, whatever.
Hand.
What's that? Head?
Hand.
Hand. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
hand. Oh, jeez. Okay, hand. Can hand be used as a verb?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you give it a try, see if you can use it in a sentence to give us an example.
She handed her the document.
Okay. She handed her the document. Well, there you go. Okay. So the meaning here, basically, she passed her the document. Okay. She used her hand to move the document. Right? Okay. Pretty straightforward. Indeed, yes, hand can be used as a verb. Furthermore, Ramon, you picked one. You picked one that, wow, has a lot of permutations. Okay, Ramon, what if I say he doesn't take handouts? Okay, well that's a noun. Okay, let me use it as a verb. Okay, he handed out the test there. What's the meaning there? You know?
Handed out could I use this as give, for instance?
Yeah.
Give the test to the class, for instance.
Right. You hand out things to many people. So we use hand out as a verb to pass things. She handed her the document, one person to another. We use the phrasal verb hand out to pass things to a number of people. So that's it.
Is there a way to use hand with the preposition in instead of out?
Yes, because after you hand out the test, you take the test, and then you have to hand in the test.
Okay, that's it.
Exactly. Passing it back the other way. Exactly. Very good. And one more, Ramon. What do I mean if I say I have to hand it to you? Okay, I have to hand it to you. You did. What does that mean? Very.
I guess it would be you have to say it to me, for instance.
No. Here we have the verb used in a. This is, I guess, an idiomatic. An idiomatic phrase. Have to hand it to someone. Okay. That's not quite it. Does anybody else know? Anybody in class? What is the idea here? I have to. Whoops. Does anybody else? Anyone? Matus, Keiko, Heidi? Anybody have an idea what the meaning is here? No? Okay. Well, good. We'll learn it then. If you hand it to someone, you give them credit, and respect. This statement means, oh, I have to give you credit. Okay, I have to acknowledge you in a respectful way. I have to hand it to you. Well, you've got to hand it to him. He has a way with women. You've got to, wow, he's amazingly good with, he's a real ladies' man. You've got to hand it to him. He's amazing. All right, so admire him. You have to admire him and acknowledge him. Okay, so, all right. Their hand, part of the body, a very straightforward verb. It's got an idiomatic meaning. It's got phrasal verbs attached. Lots of verb variations for this, what's normally thought of as a noun. All right, let's try another one. Let me quickly welcome Heidi to the class. Hello, Heidi. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Not very fine because typhoons still around this place.
Has it really hit the shore yet? What's going on with it? I haven't.
have some victims by typhoon. Someone broke arms or legs.
Ah,
Or
okay.
someone pinch. How can I say? Between the door and what's it? I don't know.
I don't know. Someone
Uh,
smashed between the door and the.
Then crashed their finger.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. You pinch your finger if you just, in a small way. If you shut the door on your finger, you can say you pinched your finger in the door. But yeah, if it's in a big way, I smashed my hand in the door.
I see.
Probably.
Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. And stay safe. Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute regarding what's going on with the lesson. But right now, Keiko, another part of the body. Any part of the body. Doesn't matter. Well, keep it clean.
Head. Head.
Head. Okay, head. Great. Can head be a verb?
Yes, teacher.
And could you give me an example in a sentence?
I headed myself in direction to the supermarket.
Okay, well, you've definitely got the right idea of the verb and the verb meaning, but but there's a couple of little problems with the sentence, so we can talk about that. Right. So well, first the verb. Okay, I headed north. Okay, to head is to you generally head somewhere. You're to go somewhere with a definite destination or a definite direction. Okay, we headed to the beach for the day, for example. Okay. However, Keiko, I headed myself. This is one of those verbs where you really can't use a reflexive, myself.
Okay, teacher.
You don't really need it, right? So, I mean, I headed in the. Okay. All right. So it's not necessary. It's quite obvious.
I headed to the supermarket.
Yes, you could just straight up say, I headed to the supermarket. That's right. If you want to, you can use in the direction, but when you use this phrase, and we do use this phrase in English, it has to be in the direction of the supermarket.
Okay, teacher.
But you frequently head the verb you use with to. Headed to the beach, headed to Spain, whatever. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Very good. And Keiko, you're from Brazil, right?
Yes, teacher.
Well, surely you must know another meaning, a verb meaning for head. Hint, hint, because you're from Brazil. Hint, hint. Think football. Huh? Keiko? Think about football.
No. I think Messi is heading the club.
No, oh, that's another one. Oh my gosh.
Okay, head the ball. Okay, the ball. Yeah.
Okay, how about
To
something
the corner.
like that? Messi headed the ball into the corner of the net. Okay, yay, Messi. All right, all right. Okay, so the actual physically, when you use your head to hit the ball, the soccer ball, that actual action, dynamic verb, again. And you just gave me another one. All right. Messi headed the club. Okay, football teams usually are called clubs.
Yeah.
Okay. Or somebody heads the meeting, for example.
Or the
Mhm.
team.
Or the team, or he's the head of the division. He heads up the division, like that, or the company, or whatever. To be in charge, to be the boss. Okay, well, there we go. 3 completely distinct and separate meanings for head as a verb. Okay, now, all right, you guys gave me a couple of quite obvious ones, and that's great to start off, but don't be shy about picking parts of the body where you have no idea if it can be a verb or not, and we'll see. Maybe it won't be, but let's see if we can get some more, shall I say, rare ones, maybe. Let me quickly welcome Sasha to the class. Hey,
So,
Sasha. Hey, Sasha.
hi.
Hi. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right.
Teacher.
Yes, Keiko.
Internal organs, for example, stomach, can be used as verbs as well.
Well, there you go. I couldn't stomach his nonsense anymore. Yes, they can. Okay. If you can't, and it's usually negative. Yes, they can. Sometimes, all of them. I'm not saying each and every part of the body can be a verb, but a surprising number can. Okay. So let me give Matus a chance here. Give me any part of the body. Name a part of the body. Any single part of the body. Go ahead.
Arm.
Okay. Can this be used as a verb?
I don't sure if it's connected, but armed.
Okay. Yes.
Having
You're on to
weapon.
something. Give weapons to. All right.
Yeah.
Can you give us a sentence to kind of give us an example? Yes, you are correct.
This truck is armed.
Okay. Okay. We haven't even talked about this. Here you're using armed as an adjective. Okay. This is it's describing the truck. It's an armed truck. Okay. So not only can it be a verb, it can also be an adjective. If someone is armed, they have weapons. Okay, the armed soldier. All right, the armed security guard, like that. Okay, how about as a verb?
I don't know.
Okay, how about the U.S. armed the rebels? There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they gave them arms. Again, arms are not only the things on the side of your body, arms are also weapons, even as a noun. But we usually, as a noun, we say arms. But to arm is to give someone weapons. Now, it doesn't only have to be physical weapons. It can also be used more metaphorically, more idiomatically, to talk about being prepared, like having the necessary weapons to do something. So, for example, I went to the meeting armed for any questions. Okay, so meaning here, the implied meaning here is that you're fully prepared and ready for any questions. You've done your homework and you're ready to answer any arguments or questions. Okay, so it can also have that more related to having the weapons, physically actually having weapons, but more abstractly. You can be armed with information. You can be armed with the data that you need to prove your theory, for example. So it doesn't have to be just weapons. Okay. Thanks, Matus.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Let me quickly welcome Sun. Hello, Sun.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay. Talk to you in a bit. Wow. Talk to you a little bit later. Thank you. It's a little. Thanks for muting. It's a little noisy there. Sounds like a party. Okay. Anyway, Heidi, can you give me another part of the body? Any part of the body?
Shoulder.
Shoulder. Okay. Now we're getting a little more interesting. Shoulder. Can you use shoulder as a verb?
He always shoulders a task without delay.
Okay. Yes, I don't have any problems with this sentence.
He shouldered me aside.
Oh, two. Oh, okay, all right. Okay. Yes, it can be used both of these ways. Two separate meanings, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He shoulders with an S. Good. All right. Subject verb agreement. The first one. What are we talking about? What do we mean here? He shoulders a task.
Accept.
Accepts. It's very close to the verb bears. Carries. But I mean in meaning, but more abstractly. So yes, accepts responsibility for. Yeah. Very good. And how about Heidi? He shouldered me aside. Boom.
Yes. Like kicked out or not kicked out.
Yeah, like pushed or shoved.
Push.
Shoved. It would be close. But okay, the implication is this motion that he's doing it actually with his shoulder. He's instead of using pushing with his hands when you shove somebody, he's actually using his physically using his shoulders is what's implied here. Right. Okay. That's great. Very good. Absolutely. Okay, we're gonna get it. I see we're gonna move away slowly from the more common ones, and we're gonna start getting desperate. I hope so. I hope we get desperate so we can discover some new verbs. Sasha, another part of the body. You missed the first part. We've already had hand, head, arm, stomach, and shoulder.
Maybe foot, feet.
Foot.
Well,
Foot, feet. Okay, I'll put the singular and the plural there. Okay, can foot be a verb?
might be.
Might
But I
be.
don't know. Maybe it's tying with something. Go or walk, maybe.
Okay. I'm trying to think. No, you can go by foot is the common phrase we use to imply that you're walking somewhere or hiking somewhere. You know, obviously using your feet is the
Not a vehicle.
yeah, not a vehicle exactly. So that's the common phrase, but that's not a. It's a very common phrase, but the verb here, of course, is go. How about foot? On the other hand, I do have to say there is a hyphenated verb. I think he hot-footed it to the safe house, maybe. What would that mean? Hot-footed it. Ooh, that's one you may not know. Can you
He,
guess? Can you guess, Sasha, the meaning of hot-footed?
I think no, no, no. I have no idea.
Okay. You're hot. If you hot-footed my image here as I'm writing this, like a spy or a criminal, hot-foots it away, meaning they're moving very quickly with some element of danger or desperation. You hot-foot it out of the battle zone. People are shooting at you, for example, or a spy, someone's trying to catch him and imprison him, something like that. So it has that element.
Like fast during the dangerous action,
Yeah,
like
but
in movies when hero running and behind him a fire, something like that.
yep, hot-footed away from the explosion. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like
Okay.
every action movie you've ever seen. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Okay, but footed. There's still another. Just the word foot can be used as a verb. Let's see if we can get some help from your colleagues here in the class. Does anybody know, anybody at all, how we can use just foot all by itself, not even as a phrasal verb, with no help at all? Just, does anybody? No? No? Okay. All right, I'll give you an example. He footed the whole bill for the entire wedding. Okay. All right, so Sasha, what do you think that means?
It means he paid, I guess.
He
paid
did.
the whole bill.
Yep, if you're going to foot the bill, and really that's a very strong, very strong collocation because that's what you use a verb for. So.
I think it's a slang, yes?
No.
Footed. No?
Actually, no. It's really not slang. It's a straight up verb, and since he paid the whole bill, he footed the whole bill, it's not particularly formal or informal. It's kind of one of those neutral sort of words. But no, it's not really slang. It's a real verb. Okay.
May I say or hear it, for instance, in a restaurant? If waiter
Absolutely.
Okay. Interesting.
How? Wait a minute. Let me let you finish, Sasha. I interrupted you.
No problem. For instance, can waiters tell me, like, would you like to foot your bill by credit card or?
No, not like that. No, they would say, would you like to pay by credit card or cash? Perhaps they would say that. No, it's used more by the customers or the guests. Okay, Bob volunteers to pay the entire bill. Oh, thanks, Bob. Very generous of you to foot the bill. Like that. So it probably wouldn't be used by the wait staff, or it's used when somebody like that, when you're making a comment that it's generous of somebody, or it's impressive that somebody pays for everything. So that's generally when it's used.
It's not only the like synonym to pay. It's like to pay for everything.
Yeah, pay for everything. Yeah? That's right.
So I can say, let's foot some water. I can't say.
No, right? No. It would be a comment after the fact. He footed the water for the whole team. He footed the bill for the water. Really.
In cases where you pay for everything, like.
Yeah. And really, normally we say foot the bill for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's going to be for everything. Absolutely. So very, very specific. Extremely specific as a verb, which is probably why most of you never heard of it. Yeah, okay, so that's an interesting one. Good choice. Okay, let me move on. Son. Son? Hello? Son, are you there? Yoo-hoo. No? Okay, son, I guess I'll skip you for now and come back to you. Ramon, back to you. All right.
Okay.
Another part of the body.
Let me think here. Knee.
Knee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, certainly. Knee. Okay, can knee be used as a verb?
I don't know.
Okay.
He need he on the face. Can I use that?
Let's try it. He need me on the face. Okay. Yes. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Need can be a verb. Very similar to shoulder. So if he shouldered me out of the way, he actually used his shoulder to push me. He need me, Ramon, not on the face. It would have to be in the face.
In the face has that.
Okay. We use the preposition in with the face, like you're inside of the, I don't know, boundaries of your head or whatever. So he punched me in the face, kicked me in the face. I got a stick in my face, whatever. Right. We don't ever say on the face, always in the face. But yes, he need me in the face, absolutely. And although it looks weird, here it is. Yeah. Okay, the verb is to knee, but it's usually, of course, it's going to be past tense to talk about this action. Right. You strike someone with your knee. Absolutely. So,
but is it common to use knee as a verb, like in the sentence, or not?
I suppose, Ramon, if you are, for example, if you're the sports broadcaster for Ultimate Fighting, you're going to be using this verb over and over again, and over and over and over again. Because, of course, they can kick, they can knee, they frequently use their knees to hit. And so check out some Ultimate Fighting. I bet you'll hear the announcer use this word.
Okay.
So, of course, not very frequently, but frequently for, in sports. You get a knee to the face. That's another way to say it. I was playing football and I got a knee to the face, and now I have a black eye. So you can say it that way too. I got a whatever, knee or foot or elbow or head or something to the whatever. I got a knee to the groin. Ugh. I fold it up. Right. But you can use this verb. Absolutely. And I think in things like that you would hear it a lot more frequently, of course, where there's physical contact. Okay. Keiko, part of the body, any part of the body?
Eye.
Eye, Captain. Okay. Can you use it as a verb?
I eyed her on the street.
Okay. And
or along the street.
Well, on the street is okay. Along the street can imply. Along kind of implies some continuation. There are many stores along the street. So it can mean a continuation
I have
You know,
eyed. I have. I have eyed. I have eyed her along the street. Could it be, teacher?
It's a little strange because along again means they would imply that you went down the street for 3 minutes. It's a little strange, and I guess in the right context it's possible. But along has an idea of length or continuation. We sang songs all along the way, okay, for over a period of time or distance. So we usually when we use something like along the street, along the riverbank, along the beach, we use that to express that something occurs, usually physical things, not an activity. Well, it's a little strange. We sang songs all along the beach. Doesn't really make sense. There were many huts all along the beach. Yes. There were many sunbathers along the beach. That makes sense, but not really activities. So I wouldn't do that, no. Actually, that sounds strange. But here, getting back to our main idea of the verb. What is the main idea of the verb here? I have no problem with this simple sentence the way it is. But what's the meaning, Keiko?
To see someone.
Well, it's a little more than that.
To observe.
Okay. Okay. Here, let me give you another example. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe my example would help explain it. It's a little bit more than observe. The child eyed the candy greedily. You eye something that you covet or you want. So if you eyed her on the street, that means you obviously found her attractive. You eye something in a covetous way, to covet something, to want it, and maybe in a slightly unhealthy way. Okay, you eye something. It can mean you eye it because you want it, or it could mean that you gave extra attention to it. Well, you look at it with a lot of extra attention. What does it mean? It also comes just a related phrase, kind of. Keiko, what does it mean if I give you this advice? Keep your eyes open.
To take care. Take care about something.
Yeah, be careful. We don't really say take care. Be careful about something. That's right. Stay observant.
Be careful. Be careful.
Stay observant. Stay sharp. Keep your eyes open. Yeah. Okay. You eye something you want. Okay. Whether a child wants candy or, all right, a man wants a woman, whatever. Okay, let's move on. Matus.
For me.
Yes.
For me, teacher, this expression can be a warning, or threat.
What's that?
Sounds like a warning or a threat. Yeah.
What does? Keep your eyes open, or?
Yeah. Pay attention. Keep your eyes open.
Well, it could be. Well, it's not a direct threat, but it's an implication that things are dangerous. That's true. Definitely implies there's a dangerous situation, for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Matus.
Okay. Leg.
Okay, leg. All right. Okay. Is there a verb meaning for leg? Can you leg something or someone? Do you think? Can you think of anything?
I think not.
Not exactly. Um, there is an expression. There's an expression, but it's not. It's an expression, but it's not exactly a verb. I can't really think of a verb meaning with leg, but we do have a an expression we can talk about for a second. Matus, what does it mean to get a leg up?
I guess it's to help, give an assistance.
Get a leg up on the competition might be a common phrase. You get a leg up on the competition. You get ahead of the competition. So kind of to get. You're thinking of okay, Ramon. You're thinking of give a leg up, which you can, which is also possible. You give someone a leg up, you give them help. If you get a leg up on the competition, for example, you get ahead of them. But, okay, there's a couple phrases, but these, again, notice a leg up. This is really a noun again. So there's no real verb. So there we go. Finally, we find one part of the body there's really not directly a verb for. We were bound to sooner or later. Okay. Heidi, well, before I talk to you, let me quickly welcome Eric to the class. Hello, Eric.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Welcome. Okay, Heidi, let's review quickly parts of the body that can be verbs. Hand, head, stomach, arm, shoulder, foot, knee, eye. Okay.
And elbow is the same meaning, or use the same meaning. Elbow aside. Elbow someone aside.
Yes, he elbowed
How about the heel? Heel.
her aside. Very similar to shouldered his way through the crowd. He elbowed her aside. Very much. Use your elbows to shove someone. Again, so very similar.
And heel. Heel is to follow someone just behind.
Okay. All right. I just want to mention before, okay, we can look at heel, but hang on. I just want to mention something about elbowed. I can, Heidi, I could also say he elbowed his way into the conversation. I can use it more. This is obviously more metaphorical, more idiomatic. Okay, but the same kind of idea. He forced his way into the conversation. That's also possible, like that. Okay, heel. Well, how would you use it in a sentence?
I hear you.
What?
In the darkness.
Well, I don't know about this one.
Follow someone just behind.
Yeah. Now, we frequently, in real practical use, we use this mostly to talk about dogs.
Oh, dog.
Yeah. Okay. So the implication here, okay. The idea here is when we use it about people, is that it's a little bit derogatory, okay? It's like it implies you're acting like a dog. Okay, so it's a little bit demeaning. It's a negative. So, I'm not sure about your first example, your example sentence. You know, the dog healed the man obediently.
Mm-hmm.
So if the woman healed the man obediently, for example, there would be a sort of a implication that she was acting like a dog, you know, that right, that she was extremely subservient, like a slave even. And by the way, we also have a phrase brought to heel, which also might not brought. What's wrong with me? Okay. Heidi, brought to heel. If you are, if somebody is brought to heel, what is the meaning there?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess?
Guess.
Well, think of our dog.
Dog.
Think about the dogs.
Dog. Call the dog? No.
Not exactly. A person can be brought to heel. In fact, a dog can be brought to heel, but that is quite literal. But more idiomatically, if someone is brought to heel, maybe they were a little out of bounds. Maybe their behavior or something they were doing was not quite what the master or the boss wanted. Like children in a supermarket. Let's say they start running around and, you know, being stupid children the way kids can be when they start getting a little hyperactive. The anxious mother had to bring her rambunctious children to heel. You know, well, there's a couple other words you might find useful in there. Okay? Get them under control is the idea. So even a rebellious employee who's maybe doing something that the company doesn't endorse would be brought to heel by his boss. Okay, so it also has that idea. So the idea there is you're brought under control or you are controlled. So it's not just simply a matter of following someone closely. It's a matter of that you are controlled. See, that's
like dictator.
Yes, like you are completely controlled or under someone's control, like a dog.
Okay.
So it definitely has that meaning. So you got to be a little careful. It doesn't mean just follow. It definitely has that connotation, that extra meaning of following like a slave follows his master. So, yeah. So be a little careful with that one. Okay. Sasha, part of the body, any part of the body.
Was nose?
No.
Okay,
No,
nose.
it was not. In fact, we didn't have a whole lot of parts of the face at all. Nose. Okay, can nose be used as a verb?
Maybe to find out something, like by sense, like knows about something. I don't know. Just guess.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Who likes to find out about things? Let's say the detective.
Detective
Okay.
knows about crime.
Okay. Now, all right, let me write what you wrote and let's talk about it. Okay, he's not going to nose about a crime. That's not going to work. But you can he could actually, we use it with a lot of knows, like this meaning with a couple of different prepositions or particles, which they become particles. For example, the detective nosed around, but nosed around for. He nosed around for clues, like that. Yes. Okay. So he searched or looked for clues or information, or maybe he questioned people, maybe he went to the crime scene, whatever, all those things. You nose around, you try to find out information. So, yes, it can be used that way. Okay, very similar. We also use the verb sniff in the same way. Okay, the detective sniffed around for clues. To sniff, of course, that's the verb, the action, like a dog sniffs for a scent so that he can chase his prey. Okay. So
Can I hear a question? Ask a
yeah.
question. Because we have sniff as well. And can I say, for instance, if somebody looking, for instance, in my apartment and I saw him and I say, what are you sniffing here?
Okay, again, you would use the,
Sniff around.
yeah, what are you sniffing around for?
Sniffing around
Again,
for. Okay.
so it's going to be around for.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's a three-word phrasal verb. Both of them. What are you nosing around for, sniffing around for? You have to sniff around or nose around for something.
Basically, it's
Well,
like looking around, right?
yeah, that's right. Searching. Searching for what? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't have to have. No, you can say, hey, there was some detective sniffing around here. Maybe we don't know what he was sniffing around for exactly. Or nosing around. So, yeah. There is another meaning for nose as a verb, actually, that has to do with driving. Sasha, can you...
With driving, maybe to be concentrated means something with concentration, something.
well, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Let's see if it can illustrate this. I'll give you an adverb to make it easier. We slowly nosed into traffic. Okay, there you go. So,
Move.
yeah, and it's slowly. It's always going to be slowly. Slowly, I just use to help illustrate, and it's frequently co-located with nose, the verb. Slowly nose, because that's the action when you don't have a stoplight, green, yellow, red. You're just pulling into a street, but you've got to do it slowly because there's a lot of cars around. So you slowly move your car out, so that you don't have carefully, so that you don't have an accident. Frankly, if you came here to where I live in the Philippines, this is the way people drive. No one pays any attention to stop signs or traffic lights or anything. You just slowly push your way into traffic. That's the way it's done here. But yes, this is quite actually common. That action of slowly moving into a street from a parking lot or from a side street is nosing. So it's actually quite common.
What about if I walking slowly in a crowd, for instance,
Good question.
on the ground?
Good question, but no, you would not use it. It's very, very specific. It's very, very specifically for moving in a car or truck.
Okay. For driving.
For driving. It's very specific. Some of these verbs that we're looking at today are extremely specific, so you may not be familiar with them because, again, they're a very specific situation. Now, this situation, you move your vehicle slowly into traffic. Well, you can say it that way. We slowly moved our vehicle into traffic, but other than that very general way to express it, this is the very specific verb. Okay. Eric, can you give me a noun which describes a part of the body?
Could be a finger.
Okay. All right. Finger. Okay. Can finger be used as a verb, Eric?
Yes, I think so. Could be
Okay.
similar for touch.
Kind of. Yeah. All right. Can you give me a sentence to illustrate as an example?
He fingered his cleaned car.
Sorry? Yeah.
His cleaned car.
Not getting you. What did he fingered? What?
The car that he's about to clean. The guy.
The dirty car?
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. When people write on the back of your car, "Clean me."
Yeah.
When your
Yeah.
car's very dusty. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I know the image I get the image. I totally do. But no, we would not use it that way. That's interesting because really there should be a verb for that, but there really isn't. We would just say he wrote on the car with his finger. He wrote "clean me" on the car with his finger. Or when people check for dust, they check the table or something, and they look at their finger to see if there's dust. Nope, he checked for dust with his finger. We wouldn't use it that way. Okay, so let me see if I can help you out. When we use finger as a verb, something like an actual object where you're kind of rolling it around in your hands, something that's hand size, and you move it around in your hands. Okay, let me give you another. He fingered. All right, he fingered the ring inside his pocket. Here's an image for you. Okay, imagine a man's going to ask a woman to marry. He's got the ring in his pocket. All right, so, of course he's nervous. So he's got his hand in his pocket and he's rolling that ring around and he's kind of, getting ready to pop the question, as we say, and he's kind of he's moving into that ring around in his hand. Okay, working up the courage. So basically that's it. So you finger something that you can do with your hands, not like external, but hold it in your hand and move it around. Anyway, that's it. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everyone. In fact, we have run out of time. However, I hope you learned some interesting vocabulary. today, and don't take simple nouns for granted. There's often other verb meanings with lots of things. Parts of the body, tools, animals, lots of categories of very basic everyday objects. Kitchen tools, things you cook with. You'd be amazed how many verbs are out there that you don't attach to these simple items. Thank you, everyone. And
Thank you.